and I promise to make this as quick and painless as possible. But hopefully you've had a chance to see and look at the proposed 2024 budget. And if you have, you will notice that it's not a whole lot of difference in this year's budget and last year's. I think the good thing overall is the bottom line of this budget is showing about a $1,900 less than last year's. So that's always a good thing when we can do that. I'm not going to point out anything in particular in the budget because, as I said, there are a few changes. Most of them on the downside, which is good. Probably the biggest driver of the final total of this is in our personnel section. And since our choir is on hiatus, and Stacy, we miss you, we're not budgeting for a choir director this year. But that's not to say that's a permanent change, Ms. Wilson. Are there any questions, comments from anybody on the budget? Anything that you may have seen that you have a question about? Yes, sir.
Not a question, just a praise of the church. Thank you for not being cheap when it comes to personnel. I can speak for the minister's wage. You're offering a fair salary and package to go with it, and I appreciate the church that you do that for whoever you get that comes in there.
Good. Well, we're glad to do it, and yes, I think it's to everybody's benefit to do so. Yes, ma'am.
I thought that at the board meeting we added back in the Comcast and the Hannibal County Water and Sewer program.
And I agree with you. I thought we did too. It didn't quite make it into this, and I apologize. So, we will make an amendment to this budget as we sit here today. And this is in the property section of the budget. You'll see a line of Comcast. Originally, we dropped this by $157 over last year. We're adding that $157 back in this year, and I apologize, that should have been noted in the budget that you're looking at today, but it's not. So we will vote on an amended budget, adding that $157 back in. Thank you, Carol.
So we draw expenses. What are our revenues?
The revenues,
It's on the account. I can't help it.
that's a good question. The revenue for last year, and Don, I'll ask for some help on this where I need it. It was $109,000 was received in collections, and we would anticipate something similar to that this coming year. In addition to that, we received, I think Don said, $31,000 from our legacy fund, which we received every year, which part of that goes into the general fund.
So that's an down.
Part of this is down. Part of that goes into other areas of the church, such as outreach, building fund. Okay. So there are two primary drivers on the revenue side. John, I need to add anything?
No, if you $375 for building rooms, that's not the budget. Usually around $13,000 you get from the legacy fund.
$13,000 of the legacy fund and down for the general operating budget.
You never spend what's on the budget.
Portion we do.
Except for salaries.
Except for salaries, yes. Questions? Further questions? All right, hearing none. Motion to accept?
So moved.
Sarah? Thank you. Second? Second. We have a second. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of adopting the 2024 amended
presented, please signify by saying aye. Those opposed, like sign. Good, thank you very much. The budget is passed. We're off to another good review. Is there anything further that should come before